Your home is your training ground for your habits. When you invest in things that change your behavior in a good way, and you invest in things that elevate your mindset, and you invest in things that are quality, all of this pours out into other areas of your life. It always starts in the home. Cleaning your space, letting go of what no longer serves you. These are habits that a person with discipline has. These are habits that are building that person. These are habits that are saying, I'm in control, my environment's not controlling me. A noisy, cluttered house sends a signal of dysfunction and disorder. And God doesn't bless dysfunction. He doesn't bless mismanagement of things. And so if you've got unused products, unopened boxes, things that you're not sure what to do about, piling up, indecision, cluttered spaces, an overwhelming amount of unnecessary binge spending or uncontrollable spending. If that's reflected in your environment, like if you walk in and you're just surrounded and everything is reminding you that you're surrounded by great deals and cheap dupes and a bunch of meaningless things, that plays such a major role in developing our own self-image. Because even though it's not verbally speaking, it is mirroring who you are. It's mirroring your habits or your lack of discipline. It's mirroring your financial mess. You end up storing the financial mess instead of fixing it, shoving it away somewhere or dealing with it later. And this develops passive actions of, I'll deal with it later, or I don't know what to do with it yet, or I'm not clear on this. And all of that fuzziness keeps you stuck. You can participate in the economy and make a difference in your community. You can still shop and do those things. We need to have a healthy economy in America. I think if nobody bought anything, places would shut down. People would be out of jobs. Of course, you still have to live and grow and develop. And so the difference is intentionally growing and developing, intentionally buying things or investing in things or spending your money in a way that says, I'm a person of self-control and discipline. This is something I bought because it's meaningful to me and I really enjoy this thing and I love this. Or this is going to really make a difference in your space, like putting up nice drapery or getting a new piece of furniture because one's all old and beat up. Those are intentional purchases to cultivate an environment that feels peaceful. And when you have a peaceful atmosphere, it symbolizes a stableness. It symbolizes a calmness. It helps you develop that behavior of wisdom and growth and thinking before you do something when the environment is peaceful. A wealthy home feels calm because it's built around this type of intentionality. It's built around discipline and priorities. So it in essence has that vibe or that feel when you walk in because it's built around all of that. You're also building an environment that symbolizes the life you want to create. From each corner, in each drawer, in each closet, it's all symbolizing something. A health, wellness, freedom, vitality, a life of simplicity and abundance. You can have a simple abundant at the same time. You could have a abundant fridge full of healthy, simple foods instead of a pantry full of half-eaten chips, old expired products, and a bunch of unhealthy things. So both could look like, well, there's an abundance of food in there, but it's the simplicity of the abundance that triggers something in the mind. That's what makes the difference. You could have an abundance of clothes in your closet, but if they're organized and they're useful and you wear them and it's not all this big giant cluttered mess of old clothes or unused clothes with tags all over it, things piling over, sweaters with holes, things that remind you of an old season. So there's that cluttered, messy signal, and then there's the clean aesthetic. Each one is going to speak to you when you walk in that room. It's going to tell you you're either this fat, uncontrollable slob. Well, I just added fat because, I don't know. Either you're this uncontrollable slob or you're this person of discipline. So you can't hide your habits for that long. You can justify them and you could tell people, well, I do this, but the results always tell the truth over time. Like it always tells the truth. So your environment, if somebody walks in, what is it saying? What is it telling them? Is it telling them that every trend has a space in your home and every corner is packed and there's nothing empty, that every wall has to be packed? What is that saying? And you may think, well, it's for me, it's what I like, it doesn't matter to anybody. I totally get that. It's your home, but if there are other people living in your home, your kids, have you ever asked how they feel living in a cluttered environment? Have you ever even acknowledged that that might be triggering their anxiousness? Even if they can't put the words to it or put their finger on it. Maybe they have no idea. Maybe they're too little and you're like, man, my kid's having fits all the time. Well, is their room completely cluttered? Do they have so many toys that they can't function? There's too many options. So think about the other people in the house. Also, it could be affecting you. 99% of the time, your environment is subconsciously affecting you. It's called a low level stress. It's a low level, meaning you don't really notice it, but it's slowly increasing your cortisol. You're like, why am I grabbing this sweet? Why am I feeling uneasy? Well, stop and look around and see, well, is this causing more of what I don't want? Is my space causing more of what I don't want to feel? Because it may not be screaming, oh my gosh, all this stuff and clutter and all this, but it might be this quiet, reminder of what you don't want, or a quiet reminder of, oh, I got to deal with that. I got to take care of that. I got to clean that. That thing's broke. This thing needs repairing. This thing, and it's like this constant reminder of all of the things that you haven't done, all the things you need to get to, and all of these loose ends and unfinished projects and unfinished business. When you have a lot of unfinished business, you have to close things first, complete things first, complete the task. Some people think, well, I'm a great multitasker, and I used to think that was a huge skill, and now I focus on one thing at one time. I don't want to be the person who's trying to cut down 10 trees, and you're so like, oh, this tree needs, and this tree, and I'm over here, and I'm over here. Focus on the one task at hand. Don't give yourself too many things, triggering things. Focus on the one thing. You'll actually go a lot quicker than trying to do everything. It's like if you're working out, you're focusing on one or two muscle groups at one time. You're not like, I'm going to do a whole body workout every single day, which you can, but it's more, you'll get more benefits if you focus on that one thing at one time, and your mind and your muscles connecting, and you're developing that area at one time. It's also more peaceful this way because you're not stretched in a bunch of different directions. You're focused. You are exercising that muscle of being able to focus without being distracted. You're zoomed in. You're focused, and this creates a more peaceful life. It creates more peace in your body, and it creates more peace in how you express your life, instead of being all over the place. I know, because I used to be all over the place. I mean, someone would ask me how I'm doing. I'd be like, so many things are like, whoa, get away from me. You're overwhelming me. And instead of, I need to deal with these little issues one by one. I need to master these little things one by one. Get these little things in order. The Bible says that it's the foxes that destroy the crops. So it's the little things done daily. It's the little things that you got to get under control and discipline yourself in the little things, and that will develop a clearer, more disciplined, more intentional person with self-control. And it's not about not having nothing. This is not about minimalism, having one chair in your living room and nothing else, and it's so uninspiring. It's about cultivating and creating a life that makes you be better. It's a life that helps you become better, helps you be your highest self. It's helping you grow into that person with the day-to-day things, with your atmosphere, with how you dress, how you talk, what you're involved in. It's the simple routines that show the self-respect and the discipline. It's the simple things that you do that cultivate that environment. It's not usually in all of this. I was just having a talk with my kids the other day and telling them and reminding them that it's, if you brushed your teeth really good one time a month, that you're still going to have bad oral health because that one time, even though you did it so good, that's not what's going to develop the results in your teeth, right? It's the little bit you brush your teeth. Every time you brush, you do it with excellence, and you do it multiple times a day. That is going to develop the results over time. That's with everything in life. You could say, I worked out so good once a month, and then you ate like junk the rest. I know this sounds so obvious, but we think a lot of times we're expecting results even though we're not sowing those seeds. We expect the results in some area, but we're sowing seeds of dysfunction, of being uncontrolled, undisciplined. We're sowing the wrong seeds, and then we're like, why don't I have this, and why isn't God blessing me, and why this? Because you're doing the opposite. So it's being aligned and having that congruency of what you desire and what you're actually doing. It's the action, because the intentions are just intentions. You can have good intentions and the wrong actions. You'll still have a negative outcome. Chaotic habits always show up in your eating and in your environment. The habits are determining the results that you're getting. So this is why it's so important to create healthy habits, micro habits. These are small things done daily, micro, like bite-sized things. It's better to be consistent on something than it is to be perfect, because you're developing that habit on something. You're developing the consistency in that small thing. And then you can take it and say, okay, now I'm going to turn it up a notch. So for example, maybe you're not ready to like crush the gym every day, but you are developing a habit of 5 minutes on a rebounder or a 10-minute walk after you eat. Those little habits done daily, then you build on that. So you're building a foundation of this new person. Then you build on that and you say, okay, I've got it down. Now I walk 10 minutes after I eat after every meal. And so it's become a habit, just like brushing your teeth or taking a shower, whatever, it's a habit. Then you build on it. I'm going to take that 10 minutes and turn it into 30 minutes. And then you might say, you know what, I'm going to take whatever. So you start increasing your capacity once you get that ground, that level, that foundation laid out. Then you start increasing your capacity. And one of the things that really will help you increase your capacity is being on time. If you're late all the time and you're running late to things all the time, that is a huge dysfunctional habit that needs to be corrected right away. When you're late, you're missing opportunity. You are, because you're focused, your main focus is getting there on time. Most of the time you're speeding, you're not thinking clear, you're not eating properly because you're rushed. You're not giving yourself enough time for that task. If you're chronically late all the time, then you need to remove some things from your schedule, because chances are you're trying to cram in too many things, multitasking, too many things before you go to work. You have to remove things first. You don't just shove it in. It's not like, well, I'm just going to make room and shove this right in. You have to remove things first to give yourself that time, because imagine if you're early all the time and not only are you not in an anxious state, you're not rushing, you're in a calm state, you're in more of a peaceful state, but you're also able to be positioned for other opportunities because you're not rushed. You're actually like, oh, I'm looking at the trees, and then an idea flows into your mind about some device that you could develop. I don't know. I mean, you're positioning properly to be in a creative state when you're not rushed. And rushing signals to your mind that you're in danger and something's wrong. So it keeps your cortisol high. And if you cortisol face, you're all puffy all the time because you're rushed. I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. You're rushed all the time. Now you can confidently move swiftly in life, move forward without being rushed. I wake up and confidently do things, boom, 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 without being like, I'm so far behind. I'll never get this done. I drink my caffeine. You know, and there's people like that. They're rushing to get to work. They're rushing. They forget things all the time because they're rushed all the time. Things slip through the cracks, and that spirals into bad sleep, bad hormone, bad resentment towards people around you. You're not getting things done. You're always feeling like you're behind. So if you're late all the time, you have to clear your schedule a little bit. Stop trying to do everything all at once. And if you are trying to handle too many big things at one time, you got to put it in order of what's the most important right now. What's the most important thing right now? And put all your focus in that one thing. Don't put it into other things. 90% goes into that one thing, and then maybe 10% in the other thing. This is the same thing with debt. If you're like, I got 10 credit cards and I don't know what to do, okay, fine. The lowest one, the easiest one to pay, put all your focus into that one, and then chip away at that one and do your minimum payments on the other one until that one's gone. Then you keep going. That's the baby steps on getting out of debt or paying off your debt. If you're like, well, I'm going to put a bunch here and a bunch here and try to put here, and then you're like, oh, I'm out of money and now I'm rushing and I got to make up for that, you're making it harder on yourself. Focus on the one thing first. One thing, and then the next, and then the next. So if it's, I got to get my home and my environment in order, and you know it's a cluttered mess, I'm overloaded, focus on that one thing. Don't try to focus on that and then getting in really good shape at the same time. Switch it up, put it in different categories. One thing, I always start with the home because I think the home then kind of supports the next level and it supports the getting in shape because you build momentum pretty quickly and then you feel good about it and it puts you in a state of confidence and kind of like the environment's not controlling you, you're in control. And so it puts you in more of a disciplined mindset, in a confident state, and then you start feeling that liberation pretty quickly. As soon as you get the first load out of the house, it's amazing. People are like, I feel so much lighter. I'm gonna keep going. You start getting momentum, and that supports the next stage, which would be, okay, now you have to take care of the years that you beat up on your body, the inflammation, the hormone, your hair's falling out, you don't feel good. So one supports the other. If you are trying to take care of the body first, but your home's a mess, every time you walk in, it's gonna keep reminding you of that person. It's gonna make it harder. So start in the home, start with creating a peaceful atmosphere that then will support this new person. Start with getting rid of and removing anything that doesn't serve you, reminds you of your past self, areas that you feel are just overloaded. You're holding on to things just in case. You don't know, you're just fuzzy and indecision. You know, clear the clutter. Steward what God's given you. Take ownership of your mistakes. Don't just store them. Take ownership and fix them. You can't go back, but you can fix them and you can make better decisions moving forward. And then allow that to build that new image of yourself and take note of how you feel with that. How does this feel doing this? If you have to say no to some family events or vacations this year to get your life in order, that's part of the deal. You have to be willing to say no to things, to sacrifice some things to create the life that you want. You have to be willing. If you need to downsize to save money, to then come up higher or to then move quicker, then that's what you have to do. That's part of the deal. What are you willing to sacrifice to really create the life you want? Because you can have that 90 days or a year or whatever, or it could take 10 years, or you could never have it. So it starts with not tolerating those things. You're not tolerating these lower things, and you are saying, no, I'm gonna correct this behavior starting today, and I'm gonna go at it. So go get it. Go get that future. Bring that future to the present. God has a glorious future for you. Go get it.